Today's deadline for Syria to hand over about 500 tons of ingredients for its chemical weapons will likely be missed. The group in charge of removing the stockpile attributing that delay to security conditions, bad weather, and logistical challenges. Connor Powell live in our Jerusalem bureau with more. Connor, how close are they to actually meeting the deadline?
Well, Greg, they're clearly going to miss today's milestone, but this is the second deadline in the effort to remove chemical weapons from Syria. The hope is to remove the most deadly, the most critical chemical weapons from Syria by the end of 2013, by the end of essentially tonight, including some 20 tons of mustard gas. And now, the deal to strip Assad of his chemical weapons was, of course, brokered by the United States and Russia earlier this year. And although progress is moving slower than originally planned, they are making real effort and real progress towards the goal of dismantling Assad's chemical weapon arsenal. Earlier this fall, the UN said the Syrian government had met the November 1st deadline to destroy its chemical weapons production equipment, meaning it can no longer weaponize its chemical weapon agents. This was, Greg, seen as the first real test of this plan, and so far it is moving forward just slower than originally expected.
Who's to blame for the delay, Connor?
Well, international inspectors aren't placing the blame on any one person or group. They are citing technical delays as the main reason. But the Obama administration has said that it is the Assad regime's responsibility to get the weapons out. But it is a really complex task to get all of these weapons out of Syria. Remember, the country is still engulfed in war. The rebels and the Assad regime are still fighting. So getting international inspectors and equipment in and the weapons out is a very difficult task. They've also hit some really rough winter weather, which has slowed down progress. And even though today's deadline is going to be missed, the international inspectors have stressed that overall progress is very strong, saying, quote, "There is a clear determination by all parties to reach success." This really isn't the case of the Assad regime sort of dragging its feet and not cooperating. By all accounts, they are working in good faith with the international community, Greg, to dismantle and to disarm. It's just taking longer, but the goal is still by the end of June in 2014 that Syria's chemical weapons will be out. And they still say that they can reach that deal. It's just slower on the front end than originally planned, Greg.
All right. Connor Powell live in Jerusalem. Connor, thank you. Heather?